Soda Flicks.
She's a...
Welcome to Soda Flicks, everyone. This is your girl Sin, and I'm here with Pretty Soldier, and we're about to talk about the top 10 moments from Dragon Ball Z. Welcome to Soda Flicks.
Hey, it's Pretty Soldier. Thank you for having me on, Sincere.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I know you are a Dragon Ball Z fan, so I was thinking nobody better than Pretty Soldier to get into this top 10 best moments of Dragon Ball Z. So for you personally, let's go into your top 10 first. What are your top 10 moments for you personally from Dragon Ball Z?
Okay, so yeah, of course this is going to be super hard, but let's just go through the anime. And I know we're sticking to DBZ, but if we go into DB, you know, it all kind of overlaps. But I wanted the biggest moment for me when I first watched the anime was Frieza's first death. That was like crazy to me because it had been built up so many times. Like he had, you know, killed everyone, or like he killed what was it? What was his name? Oh, Bubby. Who did he kill first? Frieza. The first time he blew up. Not Trunks. It was what's his name? Krillin. Exactly. I can't believe I almost forgot. But when he kills Krillin, I was just like, oh my gosh, what was that? I was like tripping out because like we grew up with Krillin, and I was just like, wait a second, how could this happen? You know what I mean? And then I like the fact that, I don't know if you remember this moment, but Frieza's hell is like stuffed animals and like happy and like rainbow monkeys. So I thought that was hilarious. So any like Frieza moment I kind of really, really liked because he is that annoying bad guy that keeps coming back. But you just gotta love it because, you know, he's persistent. And his personality, even, I will say, in Dragon Ball Super, it does not change. No matter how many times he's been defeated, he's always just like, I'm Frieza, I'm gonna beat everyone. Ha, ha, ha. And I'm just like, dude, we just killed you. Like, come on. You know what I mean? What about you? Do you like Frieza as a bad guy, or are you just kind of annoyed at him or whatever?
No, I think that's a perfect Frieza. Is perfect for one of the top 10 moments. You know, when... Yeah, especially when he killed himself, technically. You know, I thought that was really hilarious when he was fighting against Goku. I think that was definitely a highlight, you know. And another thing I would actually also add to that, too, is the Ginyu Force. I thought they were hilarious. They were fucking stupid, man.
It's so dumb, but they are so, like, fabulous. They remind me of, like, a cheerleading team. But they were strong, though.
Yes, they were.
And that's what I liked. Is, like, they actually were pretty strong until, you know, they were defeated, too. But, I don't remember who it was in the Ginyu Force. I think he was, like, the little green dude, but he was hilarious. I love them. They were great. Oh, man, I guess we're talking about villains. Cell, let's get into Cell. Did you like the Cell saga, or what did you feel about the Cell saga?
Well, I think there was a few moments where it was a little bit lackluster to me, but overall, I thought it was great. Like Android 16, 17, and 18, when Cell consumed Android 17, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh crap. And that was dope. It was creepy.
I was just, when I first saw that, I was just like, whoa, this anime is like going there. When he used this like weird, because you know anime does this, like that weird tentacle thing or whatever to like suck people's life. I was just like, wait, whoa, like anime, like this isn't like housing, like slow down, like this is, you know what I mean? Like, whoa. But and then he was gonna like he was attacking like all the people in the town and everything. But and then even Gohan what Gohan was supposed to be. I know that, my boyfriend Marco always talks about this, how disappointing it was. Like, I don't know if you want to get into it, but Gohan, like, he was supposed to be our new Goku. You know what I'm saying? When they groomed him for that, I could tell in the seasons, but then they completely, like, dropped that off the map. And I was just like, come on, you know what I mean? Well, Gohan, you can be strong too.
I agree with you. I don't know why they continue to give Goku the number one spot, because I did thought that Gohan was supposed to take the mantle. Like, even as a kid, another moment I have in the top 10 is Piccolo and Gohan's relationship. But you would think, like, during the Cell saga, like, this is supposed to be the confirmation that Gohan is supposed to be the new lead for Dragon Ball Z, but unfortunately it didn't really take place.
Yeah, and they pretty much have continued that into Super as well, I will say. It's not really, like, giving anything away. Gohan is just kind of, like, off to the side now, and I'm just like, guys, but it's okay. I get it, because, like, everybody loves Goku because we grew up with Goku and TV and Dragon Ball. But you're right. And then even Goten. Like, I love Goten, by the way. I don't know if you like Goten. I think he's adorable. And then little Trunks, they are so cute.
I'll be honest, I usually forget about Goten.
Oh, really?
yeah, I do. Go ahead.
I remember the Fusion? I love that so much. Do you remember Fusion?
Yeah, well, was it Piccolo? Is his people, did they teach the whole fusion technique?
Yeah, I think it was, Marco, who was it? Well, who taught, Goten and Trunks the fusion ha? Piccolo, it was, you're right, it was Piccolo. Fusion ha! I'm, like, always doing that, and Marco's looking at me like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, but that's so bad. I'll, like, come in the room and be like, fusion ha! It's like, they had to practice that, like, over and over and over and over, and I appreciated it, too, because, like, trying to do that with someone and not looking at them, it's probably pretty hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
I thought that was a really, really cool moment. Let's see, who else? Let's get into the ladies. Like, I know that, we, did you like Bulma? How do you feel about Bulma? Because she's pretty much, we've been with her since the very beginning. People have mixed reviews about her, but I want to know what you think about Bulma.
I always thought she was a interesting, funny character. I just never thought she had enough showtime. They always just showed her, like, just being a mother, really, and they never really explored her more than that. I know Vegeta's girl, they showcase more.
That is Bulma. You mean you were talking about Chi-Chi?
Oh, I'm sorry, Chi-Chi. You're right. My bad.
Yeah. No, you're good. Yeah, Chi-Chi. I love Chi-Chi, though. I know that I've gone through a lot of, like, the Watch Mojo list and all the other official lists that they got and whatever, and they say that they don't like Chi-Chi, and I'm just like, you know what? I like her because she is the mom character, and I don't like that they undermine that she is a mom, and I'm not a mother, and I'm assuming you're not one either, but we know that, mothers, that's a hard job, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't like that a lot of the lists that I have watched, they kind of, like, undermine her, being, like, not strong. I'm like, she's taking care of, like, Saiyans, by the way, not regular humans, Saiyans. Like, and not to be all gross, but I'm going to say it, but she handled that Saiyan thing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, she made that happen. So I got to give it to her.
No, that's
you know
true.
What I mean?
She had to take a lot. She had a lot of rowdiness to deal with, and she was able to handle it. So that's true. People do kind of, like, place her off to the side. And, hopefully, maybe eventually they come around showcasing her story a little bit more and showcasing more of the work that she does. Because I know earlier when Gohan was a kid, they showed her more. But once he got older, they kind of put her in the background. Like, you barely see her.
You barely see her, yeah. And Bulma, too.
Yes. Which I thought was crazy because with Bulma, like how they started off with her kind of being annoying and then eventually being a very strong forward character. So I thought they was going to go somewhere with that.
Like, I was hoping that she would, like, because Chi-Chi trained, and Chi-Chi was really strong, but, you're right, they kind of pushed her to the side, so I was hoping at least some female character within DBZ would have, become, a little bit stronger, but I won't spoil anything who haven't seen Super, but there are some female characters who kick butt, finally, so it's just yes. But in DBZ, it's kind of eh. But I heard, Marco was telling me that I think it's the creator didn't know how to draw female characters as Saiyans or whatever. He was just kind of I don't know how to make them look feminine and Saiyan at the same time. So that was pretty much I think the creator's excuse to why he didn't have any female characters that were super strong at the time. But now he had the other two, so I feel like he could have did something with them. But it's all good.
That's probably true too, because when it came to the android that came in, that was the first. Even though it's the android, I know, but it was the first female character where it was, she was strong, she was a villain, and I think maybe with the Super Saiyan thing, he really just didn't know at the time what he really wanted to do with that.
And even you remember Videl too. You remember Videl? It was Gohan's girlfriend or whatever. Do you remember her? She had the black hair, and they were in school or something like that.
Nah, I do, since you mentioned it. But I wasn't thinking about it consciously, though.
No, she was another character that kind of got, sort of pushed to the side. They all become moms. And and that's cool. You know what I mean? Like I said, being a mom is awesome, and it's a hell of a hard job, I'm sure. But, we have all these dudes being like, and I'm just come on, can we get some girls to be like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. How did you feel about, though, Trunk coming from the future? How did that storyline appeal to you?
The thing is that I'm still trying to figure out all this time stuff going on. I could watch Dragon Ball Z over and over and over, and I'm still a little bit fuzzy on okay, so wait, what happened? He came from the future in here, and then wait, the ship here, and then I don't know. What about you? What did you think about Trunks? I like him as a character, but the timeline, I'm so confused.
I think they always have that little loop with the timeline, because on one hand they say if you go to the past and everyone knows who you are, you can make things worse, or you can make things non-existent, which I guess was Trunk's point anyway, because I think for his future it was all dark and evil people had won.
Evil, yeah.
So he's going in the past to try to change that. So it's like you said, certain things could have been clarified a little bit more, but I think they thought the premise of him just changing the future was enough to stick with people.
Yeah, I really appreciate his character, especially in comparison to Goku, because Goku, I love him. He's so happy-go-lucky and friendship and but then you have a character who's actually gone through something, and there's consequences to that. Because sometimes with Goku, I feel there's not a lot of consequences. He doesn't think about the consequences to his actions, and as our main character, sometimes it doesn't feel like that comes across. But with Trunks, you can see the pain and the hurt that he's gone through. And, of course, later in the series and whatever, everything works itself out. But, I really appreciate that, he had some character development. You know what I mean?
No, you're right about that. With Goku, it is just like a bubblegum type of thing, and if he dies, he's up there eating and having fun, and then he comes back once everybody collect the Dragon Balls. So it's it really isn't no consequence with Goku. Whereas with Trunk, when his character was introduced, there was the future was everyone he knew was pretty much dead, and they couldn't be brought back because I believe the balls were destroyed or something like that. So it actually gave more weight to the series.
It definitely, when he comes in, it definitely makes it, you're right, there's more weight to it, and there's just more consequences. It feels a little heavier, and I can appreciate that, especially in, Dragon Ball, where it is happy-go-lucky. It is, Dragon Ball, I feel it's those moments where it does take you off guard with that, just like we were talking before when Cell, sucked the life out of all those people. I was just I was not expecting that, I was not expecting them to really go there and be so gruesome. So when Dragon Ball Z really goes to those places, I feel it's, it's really awesome. And of course the funny parts are what makes it great. I was going to say, you remember Yamcha, of course, our boy Yamcha, gotta love him. How do you feel about Yamcha?
Well, they don't really show him anymore, right?
No, not in DBZ or anything like that. No, he's completely gone. But I just thought, he could have. He thought it's funny when he tries to compare himself to all the Saiyans. He's just like, I'm gonna fight too, and I just look at him like, dude, like,
sit down.
Sit down. Like, come on, like, and I love it. When I think it was when Vegeta, when Yamcha came over to like see the baby or something. Like, I'm probably wrong. I've got to go back and watch the episode. But when Yamcha came over to like see Bulma or something like that, and then Vegeta got all jealous and was just like, I don't like him here. Blah, blah, blah. I just love it when Vegeta gets all uncomfortable and like protective over Bulma, because it's just like, ooh, you like her. Because he's the character who doesn't want to show emotion. Because so then when he shows emotion, it's just like, oh, Vegeta's bae.
Well, now that you bring up Vegeta, I think one of the greatest moments of Dragon Ball Z is when Vegeta is introduced.
Yeah. I was just like, what? Another Saiyan? And I love his voice. Kakarot. I love that he doesn't call him Goku, that he will forever call him Kakarot.
Oh, yeah, he's very disrespectful. That makes him fun. He doesn't care.
He's just like, whatever, I'm just going to do my own thing. Oh, and his Hawaiian shirts, too. Don't you love it when he's in his little Hawaiian shirts? And it's just like, oh, Vegeta. He just has such a soft heart. Like, and it's because of Frieza. He even explains it right before he dies. Do you remember that? When he was gonna, wasn't it Frieza?
Oh, yeah.
Who was he fighting? Oh, or Boo or something. He sacrifices himself, like, for, I don't remember. It was Frieza, Boo, or Cell or something, and he was gonna die.
It was all three. Well, it was all three because he did sacrifice himself for fighting Frieza, and then, Goku and everybody started to get all sad, and everybody was tearing up because they thought Vegeta was dead. But I don't think he was dead, though. But he did sacrifice himself. And then he also, for Boo. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. And Boo was kind of I know you were saying, like, the Cell one was kind of, I thought the Boo one was kind of meh as well. I thought I was just kind of like, this character, because I didn't know at the time, obviously, watching it for the first time. But when Boo came in, I was like, he seems like a character that's just going to be, like, that funny, stick around after, you know what I mean, character. But Evil Boo was cool. But, like, the fat one who just kept eating, I was just like, okay. You're just that adorable, like, bad guy who were just kind of like, okay, push to the side, like, whatever. And he's still strong, but what did you think about Boo?
No, I agree. Fat Boo was annoying to me. And I mean, I know what they was trying to do to build up the whole, Fat Boo liked Hercules, right? It was
Yeah, Hercule, yeah.
Oh, Hercule, yeah. And then when he turns into Evil Boo, he just doesn't kill him just based off of how he remembers him as Fat Boo. But that's all I see Fat Boo for, just to build up that type of relationship so they can kind of carry it over. But Fat Boo was annoying. I'm not going to lie. Fat Boo annoyed me.
Yeah, he's kind of annoying. He's like, I'm just like, stop it, go over there. So yeah, to me, the best villain was definitely Frieza, and will forever be Frieza, because the build up, the very first time we fought him, I was just like, just kill him already. And what was it, the spirit gun didn't work, I was just like, what is this?
No, go ahead.
I said spirit gun. I have Marco over here correcting me. He's like, that's Yu Yu Hakusho. Get your facts straight. I'm like, oh. So, no, spirit bomb. Yeah, but that didn't work. It's like, that's supposed to be the ultimate. I was just like, okay, this is anime. The spirit bomb, it's going to work. And then everyone's going to be great. And then it didn't. I was just like, what? Wait, what? What's going to happen now? So,
some people are going to die.
You got to love TBC.
Yeah, well, you know what? One other thing that I would want to add to that, too, is I actually did like when Piccolo accidentally killed Goku. Remember when he was trying to, I think it's when he was trying to save Gohan, and they were fighting Goku's brother. I think it was Goku's brother.
I don't remember. What part was that? When
was it Raditz or something like that? And he did the...
Raditz! Oh, yeah! Raditz, I remember him. That was Goku's brother? Oh, yeah. Oh, yup. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Oh, he was... Remind me what happened between them.
Yeah, well, basically Goku held on to him, Raditz, and then Piccolo did his special beam cannon and shot right through the heart. Yeah, both of their hearts.
Like he shot through both of them.
Yeah.
But you know, it was just to save them because so that made sense to me. But yeah, Piccolo, he's the uncle character. He's just that character who's just been there from the beginning too. But I actually had posted when I very first watched Dragon Ball the very first time. I was just like, Piccolo sucks. Blah, because I didn't specify King Piccolo, but I said Piccolo sucks. I cannot tell you. My friends attacked me. I had never been attacked online before. They were like, "What are you talking about? Piccolo's awesome. You take that back." I was just like, "What do you mean?" And then we kept watching the anime. I was just like, "Oh, I should have said King Piccolo," But that was DB. But yeah, King Piccolo, he was gross, wasn't he?
Yes, he was gross.
Yeah, he was weird, and then I hate that stuff. I don't know. He looked like he was an alien, obviously, but it reminded me of that Alien versus Predator when he kind of spit out those eggs. I was like, ugh, that was gross. So, but you gotta love it. Again, when DBZ goes to those places, I'm just like, weird. And then the animation, oh my goodness, I love that it has money behind it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes what happens with anime is that when the money stops, the animation gets a little bit, you see it get a little poorer, a little bad. But with DBZ, it just continues to get better and better. And I just it's like drugs. You're like, yeah, fight, So.
Would you say Super animation is of better quality than DBZ?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Again, I don't want to give anything away, but the fight scenes, they really amp it up. It's kind of like a video game where, there are some of the cutscenes in it that look super good, like in Final Fantasy or in Kingdom Hearts or something like that. They use the 3D ones and it looks really cool. Though, no, the 3D one is definitely not in Dragon Ball Super, thank God, because arguably some people don't like the 3D looking animes. Yeah, I don't think they look good. But just to explain that, yeah, they definitely amp it up. There's money behind it. There will forever be money behind DBZ, and I'm so happy about that.
And just to add to that, I agree that the 3D animation looks horrible in anime. And it's just, the shell shading with the 3D. It's I think it was on Netflix. They had they had a couple of 3D one that I liked the synopsis of the story. So I'm like, oh, let me go check it out. But the artwork was just too ugly with the 3D.
It's too ugly.
I can't watch.
Have you ever seen? Oh, I'm sorry, son. I did not mean to interrupt you.
No.
I wanted to ask you if you had ever seen Berzerk. Have you ever seen Berzerk before?
I don't know why they changed it over to 3D. I love Berzerk, but I cannot fuck with that 3D shit. I just can't. Because I watched Berzerk. I think it's awesome, but I just don't know why. Yeah. I mean, I know why, because I guess maybe cheaper. But it's ugly.
Yeah, it's ugly. It's awful. It's the same thing. I haven't even finished the 3D one yet because it's really bad to look at. And then you don't even realize that about anime and animation because you do stick there for the story. But then when you're actually looking at the animation, and that's the whole part of it, you're like, actually, no, I really would like some, the regular kind. I want regular anime, 2D, flat on paper. I don't want, but that I know that you guys animate things, so I'm sure that maybe 3D is a little bit easier for a company or something like that. But it looks pretty awful, and I hope the fans say something because sometimes fans can actually change the minds of a lot of the creators. I know that in Evangelion, I don't want to get into Evangelion. I've never really watched it a lot, so I don't want any Evangelion fans coming after me. But I know that, the fans had, pissed him off and he killed all the characters or something. So wow. I love that, the authors and the fan base do have a connection. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. They do. Sometimes even Berzerk was brought back because the fans wanted to see it. They didn't want to see it in 3D, but they wanted to see it. Attack on Titan was supposed to be put on ice for a little bit longer, but there was so much fanfare out there that they came back with season 2 faster.
With season 2.
Yeah.
So which was awesome, by the way.
Yes, Attack on Titan is an awesome anime.
I know we can't. I know we were getting into DBZ, but that first episode of Attack on Titan, I had to stop watching the anime after that. I actually stopped for like a month. I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I'm like, no, this is too intense for me. And then I came back to it. I was like, okay. Like I had to mentally prepare myself because, as a human being, you're looking at it and you're like, oh God,
when
I don't want that to happen to me.
When Aaron's mom was killed, I was about to cry. I was like, let me get my napkin. Oh, this is so sad.
It was so bad. Oh yeah, so that part. I had to step away from the anime. It was actually the very first time that I think I actually had to step away from an anime. It made me. I didn't have like a sick reaction, but I had a moment where I felt very small. I felt like an ant as a human being. I was just kind of like, I don't want to watch this. This makes me feel insignificant. I want to like put that away for a minute. And then I came back and I was like, okay, I can watch this anime. But yeah, Attack on Titan makes you feel like really, really small. It makes me feel like I'm an ant. I mean, basically humans, we are on a giant planet, but I just was like, ooh, it made me shudder. So
a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress on that show. Yeah, I had to take a break after the first episode too. I'm like, that's pretty tough. A place we'll go where there is mostly white flowers and butterflies. Oh, rainbow lives beside it.
Deep in the hills of Coffee Beania worked a young lady who by day was a mild-mannered coffee buck worker.
Hey, welcome to Coffee Buck. What would you like to order?
I'll take a...
Thank you for coming to Coffee Buck.
But by night, she becomes...
Pretty soldier! Yay!
Are you tired of the same ridiculous corporate-backed videos trending over original content creators?
This is the real Alex Jones, as you can see.
Pants, poopy pants, poopy pants.
Then join Black Spot TV. Free from the chains of silly censorship and biased algorithms, you can share, explore, and view content by people like you. Black Spot TV.